Cortana!
Amidst a major hacking that just took place about 2 days ago, as you may know, if you haven't seen my video on it yet, I'll link it down below, Nintendo was hacked. That's about as surprising, of course, as PSN getting hacked, all right? Nobody's impressed, nobody's blown away. But major details about upcoming games and Nintendo's forecast for the next few years were in those leaks. I'm not sure if today's leaks have anything to do with it, but they are merely 48 hours apart, and we did just get the biggest drop on what Nintendo's plans for Pokemon's future are. It would seem Nintendo and Game Freak want to turn Pokemon into their Call of Duty, with release dates closer together than Hassan Piker's finger is from the trigger button that shocks his dog's collar.
Hassan Piker, I'm coming to kill you!
Or in the ring.
No, in real life.
And we're gonna dive right into it. Just a quick reminder, last video, you guys are insane. 500 new subs. All I did was ask for 200. And you guys gave me far more than that. And I appreciate it and all, but why do all you new subs keep asking me why does my hair look like a foot? My hair does not look like a foot. Have you ever seen a 3-toed foot?
There are ways, dude. You don't want to know about it, believe me.
Yeah, but
My hairline's not that bad, is it? It looks pretty nice, no? Anyway, you've blessed me, and you've also made me 10 times more insecure, so thank you for joining the channel. That Pokemon Palworld parody rap video will be done soon. I know how much you guys are subbing just for that alone, so I better make it count. Anyways, without further ado, let's dive into those leaks. Now, of course, a part of you does want to feel bad for Nintendo, but then you're reminded, oh wait, it's Nintendo. I don't have to feel a single emotion because I'm a normal human being. And I'm not going to pretend like this company's video games are so good they transcend every single ethical guideline that I force onto the rest of the industry. As you know, Nintendo has been very trigger happy with the copyright strike button recently, going as far as to blocking Arlo's videos talking about the Pikmin trailer. So I'm not gonna take the risk. Instead, we're gonna read these articles that break down everything that you'll be able to find on Twitter. I'm just playing it safe. I know, boo, boo, for it playing it safe. It's a goddamn miracle you've even made it this far in the first place with your foul mouth and being illegal and all. Yeah, I know. New Pokemon Gen 10 leak reveals game titles, theme, region, setting, and more. The next Pokemon iteration is gonna be called Pokemon Winds and Waves. I guess dealing with water and land wasn't enough for them. Now we're gonna be turning to waves and winds. What's next? Something creative like Pokemon Uranium? Oh wait, no, Nintendo took down that fan project. So instead we're gonna be playing with wind and waves instead of touching those things in real life. Okay, well, whatever. A new Pokemon Gen 10 leak may have just revealed the title's theme and even the region for the next mainline games. It's been a pretty quiet year on the mainline Pokemon front, at least officially. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Everybody's been talking about Pokemon, but not for the reasons that these gaming journalists want. These gaming journalists would prefer to live in a world where the Pokemon controversies just don't exist. Fans are still waiting on the release of Pokemon Legends ZA, morons. More than just waiting, those idiots actually put down their money way ahead of time. The next major title, which takes players back to Lumia City and brings back Mega Evolutions. Pokemon Legends ZA is launching October 16th, 2025, just days from now. So if you want Mega Evolutions, and several that are actually pretty badass, you may as well just be playing Digimon right now. I'm close to finally getting my War Greymon, which to this day, 20 plus years later, still looks better than every single Mega Evolved Pokemon they've ever created. But when it comes to Generation 10, things have mostly been silent until now. Over the past year, several unverified rumors claim the next region would be inspired by Greece or the Mediterranean, and that the new mainline games could release around Pokemon's 30th anniversary in 2026. Really? That's next year? Jesus Christ, I am old. I mean, based on how they gave Mario treatment for his anniversary recently, I'm not expecting much. Now, a well-known leaker has just dropped what might be our first real look at Pokemon's next generation. According to the new info shared today, Gen 10 isn't just coming with fresh titles and a brand new setting. Pokemon Winds and Waves leaked details, titles, region, and more. Okay. The source of the leak is Centro Leaks, one of the more consistent and sometimes accurate. Well, thanks for letting us know it's only sometimes. Pokemon Leakers Online. According to the leaked details, Pokemon Gen 10 will be called Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves, releasing in 2026. The games are reportedly directed by longtime series lead Shigeru Omori, who previously helmed Pokemon Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, and Scarlet and Violet. Oh, great. Does that really give you any hope? does that make you excited at all? I mean, the recent results show that this man should not be at the helm of anything right now. These last few Pokemon games have not just been an embarrassment to the franchise, but an absolute embarrassment to AAA gaming in general. Some of the biggest jokes, the laughing stock of the AAA industry is Pokemon right now. But whatever, I mean, the franchise sells, and until the day this franchise doesn't sell, that man's going to remain employed. Centro claims the leak comes from Omori's internal documents from 2021, which described the original concept for Pokemon Generation 10 as being set in Indonesia and Southeast Asia. This directly contradicts earlier reports that the new region was based on Greece, suggesting that the earlier rumor was fake. The region choice fits the Wind and Waves theme as well as the Indonesian archipelago's vast islands and tropical climate naturally lend themselves to such elements. Here are all the major leaked details about Pokemon Gen 10. The theme of Gen 10 is infinity. Well, I mean, such a fitting theme for a franchise that's never going to die, no matter how much it needs to. I mean, I know this isn't something people want to hear. It's a very harsh opinion I have, but Pokemon needs to die in order for us to want it back. Because the fact that nobody wants Pokemon gone is a testament to how much mental illness is affecting our society. The tiny baby steps this franchise has taken is proof that we need to actually distance ourselves from the franchise, but whatever. Okay, Infinity. The region is inspired by Indonesian and Southeast Asia, with multiple islands and natural elements playing a big role. See, now that sounds so much better than what we're getting with Legend ZA at the moment, where the whole game is centered in one big city, and that's it. No environment, no biomes, no natural disasters or elements, or actual wild Pokemon far away from civilization. Sorry guys, if you're Switch 1 owners, you're simply not gonna get that experience because that all sounds like something that will only be possible on the Switch 2. The games are being directed by Shigeru Omori, who previously led it. Yeah, we already know that. All right, and we got some leaked screenshots down below. And as you can see here, the image is very compressed. But to me, it doesn't really look like an authentic, actual rendered video game. This looks like a 3D visualized art that's supposed to represent the concept of the next game. But I do like what I'm seeing, I'm not gonna lie. An actual dense jungle, a sleeping Snorlax in the wild, a lone Charmander just wandering off over there, Eevee following you around, actual luscious plants, like actual density. Because the last few Pokemon games, they don't have legitimate forests. Hell, not even Palworld has an actual realized dense jungle like that. But that's why I'm skeptical and don't think it's real. I think it's just a concept. Until you see the image on the right over here. That looks more like what I imagine they would release versus what's on the left. Now, I don't know how to read sushi, so if someone could translate that in the comment section and whatever this says, but it does look a million times better than current gen Pokemon. Well, I mean, the image on the left anyway. The image on the right looks like what we have now. And we got more screenshots over here. And as you can see in these ones, it looks like they are using a new engine of some sort. Now, I haven't had much hope for Pokemon in a while, but if anything that they release looks even slightly like what's on the left up here in the first image, Game Freak could get haters like me to actually shut up and stop praising Palworld. But like I said, to me it looks like a 3D rendering of a concept. Pokemon Project Seed is not only the dream multi-region Pokemon game that people have always asked for, it also appears to be an MMO. Seed is a prototyping project for a next generation online game playable by multiple people set in a region that connects Hoenn and Sinnoh. a multi-region Pokemon MMO. Now you get my attention a bit, okay? See, now I like that idea. Pokemon already plays like an offline MMO. All you gotta do is connect it online with servers that aren't from 1991, and you could have a banger on your hands. The problem here, though, is the release dates of these games, and I'll show you that in just a sec. As you can see right here, here's the release schedule for the upcoming Pokemon projects. A lot of DLC shipped out for 2027, 2026. Here's the thing though, everything that they are conceptualizing now, everything that they plan to do is already completely playable and done in something like Palworld. Being able to explore these open regions with your friends, collect together, take out bosses and raids and dungeons, explore multiple areas of a giant map with different biomes. Game Freak is planning to release all of that as separate titles rather than in one big title. What we're getting here is basically Game Freak cutting up the very concept of Palworld itself into a series of releases, which honestly, from a business standpoint, is pretty genius. I mean, do you really want to give away all your work in one game? I mean, that's how you win the consumers over, sure. But when it comes to the bottom line, which is the most important thing here for Game Freak, why are they gonna just give away multi-regions? Why are they just gonna give away a better game engine? Why are they just going to give away online play? In some ways, they've learned a lot from Palworld, but they took the wrong lesson here, because they don't want you to just buy one Pokemon game. Hell, they don't even want you to just play one Pokemon game and spend money on one Pokemon game. They want you to have like 4 of them and buy all the DLC and pay for the online and get the special editions. They are going to monetize every little thing that you asked out of Pokemon. They're not just gonna give it to you in one cum load. As you see here, Wind and Waves is releasing in 2026 with DLC in 2027. Wow, they already have DLC planned. Pokemon Legends Galar is releasing in 2027 or beyond. Pokemon Multi-Region Remake in 2028. Pokepia will get DLC. Pokemon Champions was gonna be released this year. So look how many Pokemon projects they have in line. Now ask yourself this. Do you think that is going to equate to quality? Because when you have an abundance of Pokemon, but not many good things about a single one of those titles, are you really having fun? Like, if you want the whole online play multi-region aspect of Pokemon, you have to buy an entirely different game. If you want specific Pokemon, you have to buy a different game. If you want Mega Evolutions, you gotta buy a different game. I mean, it's not like the consumers are complaining, of course, because Pokemon guys are never not in demand, but the grind continues. Game Freak is milking the smallest things that fans have been asking for. And that's why I'm grateful for things like Palworld. I mean, in the time that it's gonna take Game Freak to do all of this, Palworld has already basically introduced all of it. Not to mention, some Pokemon Mega Evolutions have been leaked for Legends ZA, but if you want to see how retarded those look, maybe I'll do a different video rating how retarded they look. I mean, we have the entire leaks for Gen 10 right here. And what do they have planned for people? Gen 10. Some other Pokemon I've seen: an early Route Griffin, a Sea Hare, a green snake with 4 eyes, a generic black beetle, a hermit crab with different shells. The first Guardian you see is a stone line called Marbleo. There's some heavy Kanto pandering early on. The game's professor is blah 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 blah. Oh, see, that's blanked out. No, I don't know why. The first permanent Gigaxes we see is a ground type Charmander, which you just get for some reason. It's brown, closed eyes, and its tail split in 2. Your rival is a girl from your village named Sophia. Short brown hair, slightly tan skin. Definitely going to be popular, that's it. Apparently, what I'm discovering too with Gen 10 is there will be no gyms. There is an island challenge similar to Sun and Moon, but more battle focused. You earn stamps to gain access to different islands, so they're gonna be taking out the concept of gyms on that one. If you want gyms, buy a different Pokemon game. I mean, at the very least, they're creating games to meet the demand of this audience, but to me it's insane because I know they're not going to be able to make all of those quality releases. Some rumors say you'll be able to explore underwater. Who knows, but as it is, I don't want to show any more leaks. I'm already risking enough as it is. Who knows if Nintendo's gonna find this video and say, no, you can't even show the images of these leaks. But I haven't heard anything yet. Either way, to me, it just seems like they're milking the franchise in the worst way possible. Like, I would rather they take a giant-ass break from Pokemon. Do we need those 3 Pokemon titles in the span of 3 years? No, I tell you what we do need. One good-ass Pokemon game that people will be playing for 5 to 10 years. For some folks, this is hope. But for people like me, it's just the beginning to something worse. This is Nintendo's Call of Duty now, and they are going to treat it as such, and the fans are gonna gobble it up. But why should I complain? That just means more content for you and me. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to. With that being said, see you in the next video.
Free Congo sucks ass.